morning, good afternoon, depending where you are in the world. Welcome back to the channel Guide for Autism. On this channel, we share different tips and encouragement for parent raising a child with autism. Just don't feel like you're alone in this journey. We are here to support one another and also to empower our children living independent life. So if you are new here and you have not subscribed, please do so that you don't miss out any video being posted here every single week. So in today's video, I'm going to talk about worrying about your child's future. Now, if you want to know different things that you should start doing instead of worrying, please watch until the end of this video. So why did I choose worrying about your child's future? Apart from only having a child with special needs, even if you don't have a child with special need, I think it's natural for a parent to worry about how your child is going to live in the future, the type of life they are going to have, how they will manage independent lifestyle, and all those kind of things. And especially once you see that you've got children that you are responsible for yourself, you start thinking about what's going to happen when you're no longer there. You know, all those things plays in any parent mind, I guess. The reason why I choose to talk about this, it's because this is something that I went through. I remember the time I used to worry most about my child and how my child is going to survive when I'm not there. I think I used to feel very overwhelmed and feeling like things are out of my reach. These are some of the things that parents get to worry most about. As soon as a parent knows that they have a child with a special need, there is something goes through parent mind, feeling that their children will be unable to do certain things. For example, parents get to worry about how their children will be able to cope independent and daily living skills such as cooking, cleaning, managing money, and living independent life like everyone else. Most parents get to think about all these things and how their children will be able to go through it. Also, another thing is about education. Worrying about if your child is going to get proper education that will enable them to blend well in society, and that comes with type of employment they are going to have in the future. If they will be able to find a job, kind of a challenge they may face when they find a job or maybe when they are looking for jobs. Also, in terms of relationship, you get to worry about, are they going to be able to develop a friendship? Are they going to be able to navigate and in social situations? All these things, as a parent, you keep thinking about them the more your child continue growing. And in terms of financial, of course, through education, because the way our society is like, if you are not educated, that indicates the type of lifestyle you're going to have. And also thinking about the type of job your child will be able to get when they grow up. Would they be able to handle any type of work? It may be simple, it may be difficult, I don't know. Even if you don't think about all this and you feel like maybe your child will need a long-term caring, who's gonna be looking after your child, kind of lifestyle they are going to have, the treatment they are going to have if you are no longer there. I think this is something most of parents get to worry about. You're thinking about the type of life all of us go through. Now having a child with a special need, you're trying to measure the ability of your child and what happens in society, and you're trying to find the way through. So in a process of thinking about all this, I would really want to advise you not to spend so much time of it. I would tell you why. I want you to start thinking about your child ability, what your child can do now. Start looking for those who are adults have been diagnosed for autism for years, the type of life they have now. I can tell you that there are some of those who are living in supported accommodation and their life is good. They are being cared for, of course. Why I can tell you that they are living as long as no one get to harm them, but actually they are living a good life. I am talking about from my own experience and also environment being provided for anyone with special need who need to go in supported accommodation or in care. They are really well looked after. So I would love to encourage you mostly not to worry too much about this. Focus on what you can do now. Because I know that you wish the best for your child. You want your child to have a bright future. So instead of worrying about how your child is going to survive, start thinking what can you do to enable your child to live independent lifestyle. This can be anything to start helping your child build early independence. For example, if you have watched my previous video where I spoke about traveling, and traveling is one of the most scary thing most parents would probably try to do, especially when you have a child with special need, because you don't know how your child is going to cope without you. But I can assure you that that's probably the beginning. If you have not watched the video I spoke about traveling, please go back and watch it, because there is some of the tips I've given that could be very beneficial for you. Try to support your child to build that early independent and problem solving. And the more you trying to do that in early stage, it doesn't matter, depend where your child is. Even if your child is older, they can still learn. Because as ourselves, we're still learning. You are learning, I am learning. So it doesn't stop them from learning regardless of the age. So start empowering your child to living independent life. And most of our children, sometimes they will show you what they are good at. If you are that parent who have noticed what your child is good at, I would encourage you to make sure that you continue nurturing your child. Because if your child is good at doing certain things, you can never know that that could be one of his or her life skills that they may use in the future to get where they're supposed to be. Another thing's about knowing and exploring some of the government benefits you can apply for, making sure that if your child is entitled to those benefits, please apply to them so that your child can start getting those benefits from now on, which can fund your child in terms of nurturing the skills that they are good at, and also they're making savings for them so that they don't get to lack anything. I know this sounds so easy to do, but it's only about you trying to break down where you feel like your child is going to have a challenge with, trying to break it down and work out how you can now support your child overcome those challenges. I can tell you that I know some of the children, they are able to do certain things, and some of them, they are still working on those things. That is not an issue. Just try to be able to plan ahead. Have faith in everything you do, because worry can be very unhelpful. Worry can only put pressure on you, feeling stress, anxiety for something maybe you can think over and over and over without solving. If you can be able to think about the future and see the challenges you're going to have, which is really good to notice all those challenges, but then think about them and put them on a side, and then work on what you can do. The area you start switching the challenges into something you can do now, it's going to really help in terms of your mental health. It's going to make you live a good life. Also, it's going to help you and your child have very good and bonding relationship, because a parent with worry, a parent with anxiety, it will only spread on the whole family. It will spread on you, on your child, and your husband and siblings. So it's not anything that I can encourage you to let yourself stress out about the future. just trying to manage what you can do now, today or tomorrow, and then let the rest take care of it. I know it sounds so easy to do, but I can tell you that if you want to live a free life where you don't have to be stressed so much about things, you just embrace it today and be grateful for what you have achieved today. Plan what you're going to do tomorrow instead of thinking about the future. The future, it will hold itself. So that's all I have to share with you today. Thank you so much for watching.